Damn it. like a mutant ninja turtle there.
I'll have to shed it here in a little. Arms pumping up.
Yeah, I was trying to ride loose, just not get too excited.
Yeah, that one early little thing where we just came down those ones and you get to the bottom, I just washed out.
Oh, before the road? Or the one where you,
oh, just
really
early
bumpy,
in the trail,
really
right
bumpy
after we...
make a hard right.
Yeah, you come big down and then... God, I've never boofed on that one before. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, this tire here is junk out here. I'm all over the place.
What is that?
It's a Maxxis Desert. I run it on all different types of terrain, and
yeah.
out here,
I got the IT.
that's what this is.
I love it. You having problems?
Compared to I'm used to riding with a Trials tire. And Trials tire is, I mean, you have grip.
Really?
That's what I got on my other bike. I do enjoy that.
I've
There's a
been
difference.
contemplating switching to one.
I mean, this is half worn too, but I still have, I mean, I go to get it, I'm just spinning half the time. And every once in a while it'll spin and all of a sudden hook. Two out here, I spun it out and did 360s a couple times back on that same trail. Just coming around a corner and trying to get traction, the bike just completely did a 360.
Wow.
Just no traction.
Well, if you complete it and save it, I'll get it on film. And then
Yeah. I don't plan to do that today. I mean, I was pushing a little bit harder yesterday, but there's nothing serious. It was back there on just a small rocky, hard, solid rock with a little bit of dirt. I mean, it
just skipping, or not hooking up.
Not hooking up at all. I'm barely hooking up at all. I mean, it'll spin and all of a sudden hook.
yeah.
Spin and all of a sudden hook.
Yeah, your knobs are down a bit and
yeah.
missing a bunch on the sides probably.
Not a whole lot farther than his.
Yeah.
The two guys on trials yesterday, they were.
Was Brian running a wore out tire?
He's the same thing as mine. His actually looked a little better than mine, but that's typical for Brian.
Yeah, I sold him. That's how I met him. I sold him a used tire. That was probably that down to the first wear bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Probably
probably incredibly slow for anybody. Just get around there.
No, it's fine. I'll reel you out and reel you back in. Like I say, just for fun. We're just having fun. We ain't racing or nothing.
I don't remember seeing any race.
No, starting flag.
all that beer I drank last night.
That's sweating out on me from you.
Do what?
I keep getting your sweat beads coming back here. Is that Bud Light?
No, Shiner.
Ew. A man with class.
What's on all the keystones? Really, if I'm slow, get in front of me.
No, it's fine.
I know it's hard to ride slower than you normally do. It's killing me.
Well, I'm afraid if I lead, I might push it too hard.
I'm not going to follow you.
No, it's kind of entertaining to ride behind somebody sometimes. I don't know. We'll see.
Normally I'm not this slow. I'm slow, but not this slow.
Well, you know. I can lead if you want me to.
You take off. Let's take you in the blocking point.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm really not in no mood for anything today. It's just kind of like whatever. Just cruise along and have a little fun.
Did you come out here for that enduro?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
Well, I got a DNF officially,
Right.
but because they didn't write, somehow one of my time sections, they didn't read it or didn't write it down or something. But, I mean, I rode with James. I don't know if you know James Cathcart.
No.
He's one of our buddies. I rode with him the whole time, every one, and he placed, I don't know, in like in between the 30s and the 40s, I think, in the B class.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of a, you know, and none of us had really been doing anything to prepare for it.
Right.
We were all kind of, hadn't been working out, and
Just riding.
we were just having fun. We did all right.
Alright, well we're getting close to the end here, so we'll finish and then go back, take the jacket off, stretch my arm, and we'll go again.
All right. again.